Namaste, ambassadors, and welcome to Soul Horoscope Superscope Weekly Report. My name is Christopher Witecki. I call myself the Sensei to Serious Joy. That's my new life purpose I've stepped into recently for myself. But as a Taurus, I'm going to capitalize it and teach everyone else. So nice for you to come back. I've been on a personal, spiritual kind of sabbatical for the last month. I have been really working to change my life, and the universe is certainly changing. So thank you for coming back. I greatly appreciate it. Geminis are one of my favorite people on the planet, and so are Gemini Risings, I have to say. In fact, one of my favorite Geminis in the world, my son, who is such a delight really to raise. I have to say, growing up, his first words, every word was always compelling. And Geminis are so adorable as children too, because they really stay very innocent in their hearts the whole time. But I was just thinking about, before I taped this, that he has his own YouTube channel now, which is part of kind of his new belonging, which we'll talk about for you. And maybe I'll ask the Gemini audience to go maybe friend him or something if you guys are willing to. I don't want to flood him with everybody, but he's having a blast. And it's so funny to hear his voice coming out and maturing in first of all, just he's following in my footsteps at all, did not even ask for that at all. He's doing it for video gaming and stuff, so it's not exactly mine, but he's on camera and everything, and he's talking. But the second thing is just to hear a Gemini, I mean, for me, as far as a whiplash of myself, to see just what my Gemini son, what he says, what he doesn't say on camera, things like that. It's fun. It's wonderful. Geminis are true buddies. So anyways, let's move on, Gemini. I just want to share some of my personal life with you, and but we need to talk about you. You are step 5, in my opinion. I believe there are 11 steps of serious joy. And when you are a Gemini or Gemini rising, you are good at step 5. Step 5 is I think, and you have something to think about everything. Right? And that's why words are so compelling to you, and why you hang on to what people say very personally and take words very personally. I learned that from being in relationships with Geminis too. Because I'm a Taurus, I'm like, it's invisible unless you can pick it off of a tree, you know. So what are the Geminis working on? They're working on the I belong consciousness. Where do you belong on the planet? Which is why I share my story with my son, because he suddenly thinks or feels that he belongs, doing something similar, which is, wow, what a trip, what a surprise. And I think Geminis are all finding their new title and place in the world where they belong. That could be a geographic place where you belong. That could be a new group of friends. It could be new colleagues. A lot of it does come from professional changes that Geminis and Gemini risings are making in their life, but a lot of it also comes from the fact that they are following their hearts and pursuing their heart's desires. And that's another part of the story. Now, it may not seem like things are moving very quickly, and there's a good reason for that. It's this. It's called the Grand Cross, and it's a grand pain in the ass, let me tell you. It is in full effect right now for the entire month of April, all right? What we are feeling is the Uranus side at the moment. The sun is in Aries. It has crossed Uranus before this horoscope. And this is the I belong consciousness. So what you have here are two tug-of-wars going on, east, west, north, and south, if you want to call it that. In your case, east-west is your I belong is fighting for a new place in the world, and then Mars on the other side is actually where you're fighting for your personal dreams. Let's get closer. Now, Uranus in Aries, this is not new. You've been actually looking to change your place in the world since 2010. The first breakdown was 2011. And it's not till now, in April 2014, that you're going to have some breakthrough, like a real turning point, which is why I'm fascinated watching my son, because it's like, oh, wow, he's also a teenager. But it's that point where it's like, wow, it's crystallizing into something interesting. So you are making some profound changes to step into a new sense of where you feel you belong. Now, part of where it gets complicated is what your heart really wants. First of all, Geminis tend to spend too much time in their minds and not directly with their own heart, because your heart has its own opinion. And the heart is the part of you calling to the thoughts. The part of you wondering what to think about, that's your heart, right? And so the Mars retrograde is trying to get Geminis to get to the heart of the matter, which is why it's so slow, because you're trying to figure out where you belong. Or where does someone belong? Someone belongs where their heart says they belong. Well, if you're not at the heart of the matter, you can't fully find where you belong. So it's a back and forth sort of thing. Now, the north-south part of this is Pluto at the top and Jupiter at the bottom, okay? And Pluto at the top has been digging at you for a long time. This is a part that's been telling Geminis and Gemini risings, get in the pool, get over yourself, don't be so scared, come on, let's do it. Right? So pushing you into new boundaries, which was part of obviously holding you back from wherever you belong, So Pluto retrogrades April 15th, which means you won't be asked to do anything you're not comfortable with, again, probably till September 23rd. All right, so that's good. However, there's still 2 weeks in this horoscope, and it is still putting pressure of where you change your boundaries. On the other side of the coin is Jupiter direct, and to me, this is really where I'm life coaching everyone into their power, is with Jupiter. Because really, if you want to make that whole traffic jam move forward, and you're a Gemini or Gemini rising, what the secret formula is, you want to respond to everything in the moment emotionally wealthier. You want to make everything emotionally more wealthy. You want to make everything feel better no matter what it is in reality. By raising the emotional field to a greater and greater positivity, the other 3 points of that will dissolve, and you will start to draw in what you're worth as far as money and abundance. So that is my advice. Now, oops, I'm all over the map here. Sorry about that. Learning my own stuff. Okay, step 7, got it. So this is the week ahead. All right, and I now put these out on Fridays for the week coming, so I'm getting used to this. But in the first part of the week, the moon in Cancer is the part where you want to definitely respond differently to your own values in a higher and better way. Then by the end of the week, this is really where I think it gets important, is on Friday, you'll probably be at home, or you'll probably be somewhere private. But in that privacy, that's where a lot of change will happen, where you want to relax in yourself and go with the passion of whatever it is you're manifesting. And there looks like to be a eureka moment on Saturday, which is really good. So the way I sum up this coming week is you're going to have to commit to whatever this new direction or reputation is, commit to it. And then once you commit to it, you're going to feel through it. And when you feel through it, there should be some sort of breakthrough on the other emotional side, not necessarily on the brainiac, I know what's going on side. Now, for those who have 5EQ, which is that you have Venus in Gemini, I have a little horoscope for your love, where you will be everyone is changing their direction with Venus. Venus is direct, and it's moving into Pisces this week. So it's from the decisions that you make, and this is true if you have Venus in Gemini and you are Gemini, the decisions that you make are actually putting you in a place or not place to meet someone in the first place. So I guess to say is, if you want to meet someone, or you want to make your love life better, or you want more love vibration in your life and more giving and receiving, it's actually through the decisions you make in the next week. Pray careful to Thursday. Thursday, April 10th, will be a very important decision or response that you want to pay attention to. And I won't be back, of course, until Friday. Now, if you want to look ahead at the whole month, you might want to, I have a megascope. It's called a monthly megascope. They're available at soulmart.me. You can put them on your phone or your Android device, and you can get a way ahead look at the lunar eclipse on the 15th, very powerful. Going to hit you in the house of love. The solar eclipse on the 29th, very powerful. Going to hit you the house of faith. And a Uranus and Aries special. I'm going to give you a whole 5-year perspective on where your social belonging is going to go. So you just had your breakthrough now. Where is it going? It goes all the way to 2019. Pretty powerful stuff. So come on down to soulmart.me, please, and download. I would appreciate it. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, please add us and subscribe to our channel. That helps us understand who's there and what's not. And I will see you folks in just 7 days for Friday. Have a fabulous week. I love you, okay? Live, love, be.